Why am I here? I'm just a bloke who had prostate cancer. So I had prostate cancer, but unlike 95% of the men in the UK who will get prostate cancer, I got the right treatment for my prostate cancer. I came out the other side and walked away as I went in. Before I go on though, let's just look at prostate cancer and what makes it so important. One man is diagnosed with prostate cancer every 11 minutes. That's 130 men a day. Every day, today, tomorrow, and thereon. And if that isn't bad enough, one man actually dies every 45 minutes because he's not diagnosed early enough. Right, the biggest statistic and the most frightening one is, in the next 10 years in the UK, 500,000 men will be diagnosed newly with prostate cancer. Over 500,000. That's more than twice the number of people who died from COVID in the pandemic, and it barely raises a headline. About a third of those 500,000 men will be caught early. They'll have an early stage prostate cancer, just like I did. But, and there's always a but, right now, if you have that in the UK, the chances are you'll be directed towards the same invasive treatments given to men with advanced cancer. And that's wrong, and it's got to stop now. And that's what we're here for. So, my prostate cancer story, and how did these new treatment options help me? In 2018, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Intermediate grade, contained in the prostate. My local hospital said I needed urgent treatment. They wanted to whip me in for surgery, whip out my prostate, or they wanted to give me 25 days of radiotherapy, 5 days a week for 5 weeks. None of that particularly appealed to me, so I looked further. Well, actually, before that, I was warned by these surgeons and technicians that I'd probably suffer permanent erectile dysfunction, and I would probably suffer from urinary incontinence, certainly for many years, and possibly needing some sort of aid for the rest of my life. So that wasn't what I had planned for my latter years. So I managed to find out about a cutting-edge treatment, so cutting edge that it's been in the NHS for 10 years, 4,000 successful procedures, and only 2 hospitals in the whole of the UK are offering on the NHS. Private sector, go and fill your boots, you can get it anywhere you like. So, the professor who treated me was saying that his biggest problem is he bangs his head against the brick wall getting the NHS to just invest the money to put more focal therapy suites into hospitals around the UK. Now, this treatment is so simple that instead of having surgery, instead of having radiotherapy for 25 days, I went in as a day-stay patient. I was in the operating theatre for an hour and a half, and it's not an operating theatre, it's a procedure room, under anaesthetic. At the end of the day, I had a catheter fitted. 7 days later, that came out, and I got on with my life. So effective, and without going too far, a 60-odd-year-old man, before I went in, I didn't get up in the night to wee, which isn't a bad claim. I still don't. And that's got to be something amazing. Yeah, at my age alone. So, just 5 weeks after my first meeting with Professor Ahmed at Imperial College, I was home, cured, getting on my life, and felt that I had to do something. I've been 20-odd years in the charity sector. I've never been here. I'm a backroom boy. I don't do this bit. This is so alien to me. But I need to get more men. There's 12,000 a year right now who can go through this procedure. So what we're doing as a charity is 2 things, 2 prongs. First one is awareness. Guys, get checked early. You get checked early, you catch it, you can have the same treatment as me. And the second one is, we're doing the NHS's job. We're actually raising the money to buy and deploy focal treatment suites into NHS hospitals around the country. We're almost about to deploy our first 2. They're £360,000 a pop. That sounds a lot. In NHS terms, it's buttons, absolute buttons. So we're about to put the first 2 in. We could do another 2 before this year's out. And our aim is to embarrass the hell out of the NHS, the Department of Health, that a charity's doing their job for them. Sadly, that's not a rare story. So I won't bore you much further, but just to let you know, we've got a campaign launching soon called MAD. MAD stands for Manhood and Dignity, MAD. Manhood, because prostate cancer robs you of your sexual function, and dignity, because it robs you of your urinary function. So our campaign is aiming to ensure we protect that for as many men as we can. So anything you can do tonight, listen to the auction, please. Bid as much as you can. Every penny you give tonight will go towards our next unit. And it could be you, it could be your dad, it could be your grandfather, your uncle, brother, mate, workmate. It could be anyone. It's not just a man of my age. It affects everyone. So please support where you can, and thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it.